You stupid fool. Did you really think you gonna hit me? Huh? Bam, bam, bam. Over.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Keith Thurman, he had a lot to say about the Errol Spence versus Shawn Porter performance. He did congratulate Errol Spence. He congratulated Shawn Porter for putting on a very good performance. But then he said something that I thought was pretty interesting. He said he beat Shawn Porter in a cleaner fashion than Errol Spence did. He said, "I think I beat Shawn Porter in a cleaner fashion. My judges agreed. I won by unanimous decision. Even with the fact that some people felt differently too, I got those 3 judges to say unanimous. This was a split. It was the closest fight of Errol's career. We've all been waiting for this moment just to really say, hey, it wasn't that easy." End quote. Now Keith Thurman, he will go on to say this is why he believes it's up in the air when it comes to who the best welterweight in the division is, because we're all still in the mix. Keith was including himself, obviously, when he said that. Now, I'm going to tell you, just in that small piece I read, there's a lot to unpack from what Keith Thurman just said. The first thing is, it makes you wonder, if Keith Thurman believes that he did a better job against Shawn Porter than Errol Spence did, it would make you think that Keith Thurman would have Errol Spence on his short list. Because when I read this, I thought the whole point of Keith Thurman saying this was to prove that he can beat Errol Spence, just going off of the triangle theory. But if we are talking about the triangle theory, we have to remember Errol Spence, he didn't only beat, he knocked out Bundu, someone that Keith Thurman had a difficult time with. And by Keith Thurman's own confession after the fight, he explained why Bundu was such a difficult opponent to face, because he switches back and forth. And we know that Errol Spence, he annihilated Bundu. So, I mean, you can't just go off of the triangle theory. But once again, my point is, Keith Thurman is saying that it's up in the air when it comes to who the best welterweight is. He's saying he beat Errol Spence in a cleaner fashion. You would have thought that that was the implication that Keith Thurman is considering an Errol Spence fight sooner rather than later. But I tell you, the whole Keith Thurman and Errol Spence situation, in a way, it kind of worked out for both Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, because people were putting tremendous pressure on Keith Thurman to fight Errol Spence. Now, since he lost to Manny Pacquiao, there's no more pressure. People don't even care if he gets an Errol Spence fight now. And when it comes to Errol Spence, Errol no longer needs Keith Thurman because he lost to Manny Pacquiao. So it ended up working out for both fighters anyway. And once again, now if Keith Thurman never wants to fight Errol Spence, it's not going to bother boxing fans anymore, because he already lost to an underdog in Manny Pacquiao. Not saying Keith Thurman's career is over, because he can come back and get some really good significant wins and he could be back in the same position he was in before. But he's going to have to work to get there. That means he's going to have to really beat some tough guys. Let's see what he decides to do. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.